Yesterday, Prince William was in South London, not to cut a ribbon or to read from a script, but to engage, unfiltered, with the community. And what followed was not a choreographed photo call, it was quite genuinely a street level encounter between a future king and his public, complete with bear hugs, Mario Kart, and the universal embarrassment of being trounced by a 10-year-old. The setting was Mentivity, a youth organisation nestled in Walworth on the Aylesbury estate, an initiative offering mentorship, emotional support, and a safe space for over 400 young people each week. And Prince William arrived not in a motorcade but on foot, dropped 150 metres from the venue. And before he'd even entered the centre, a 50-year-old local resident saw her moment and seized it. "I see a prince, a king of England," she declared, and threw her arms around him in a spontaneous hug. William, slightly taken aback, laughed and asked if she wanted to come on the visit with him. It was a striking moment. Here was royalty shoulder to shoulder, literally, with the people. As word of his arrival spread, locals emerged in droves, and by the time he left, the future king was hemmed in by well-wishers, selfie-seekers, and delighted children. Once inside, the prince met with Mentivity's founders, Cy Holmes-Lewis and Leon Wright, both charismatic men deeply rooted in their community. And their mission isn't merely to keep kids out of trouble, it's to equip them with emotionally and socially, for the digital world. And as William himself put it, if you like life coaches / apprenticeships. The prince sat down with pupils from Michael Faraday Primary School to play video games. I kept telling him the controls, said 10-year-old Zia Adeniyi, and then he beat me. And William's humility shone through when he admitted he had watched a YouTube video beforehand to prepare, only to lose 2-1 when his beloved Aston Villa faced Bayern Munich in a virtual match. Even in jest, the symbolism mattered. A future monarch not only playing with children, but losing to them graciously, generously, and with evident delight. Later, William chatted with Spotify executive Rick Salmon. The prince revealed he regularly uses the platform to find new music to relax, a charming revelation in itself. He also expressed surprise that his father's recent Apple Music list didn't include more classical music. "I was expecting a lot of classical," he said, "so I was surprised." Asked if the king knew what UK garage was, William grinned. "I'm not sure I'd know what that was." It was a light-hearted moment, but again telling. William is astutely bridging tradition with modernity, levity with substance. Perhaps most striking were William's words during a round table with mentors and partners, and he asked, how do we take Mentivity and make it bigger without diluting what you do? And the question was not ceremonial, it was strategic. He went on, "Looking round the rest of the country, I can't think of a place that doesn't need a Mentivity, and that's troubling." In a few short hours, William seemed not just engaged, but intellectually and emotionally invested. This was not a royal duty, it was a learning curve. "You've got a really dynamic team," he said. "You get the local community and understand the challenges. That's really exciting." And so, what are we to make of this moment? Prince William was hugged, cheered, and chased down for photos, but more importantly, he listened, he played, he laughed, and promised to help. He met a community on its terms, not his. In a world often preoccupied with pageantry and polarization, his visit is refreshingly human. He didn't just bring the crown to Walworth. He brought curiosity, humility, and perhaps, just perhaps, a hint of leadership that's both modern and kingly. In an era where monarchy must do more than merely survive, merely endure, William's day at Mentivity was more than a photo op. It was a soft but powerful act of public service. And in return, he received something quite British and yet utterly extraordinary, a great big hug from a stranger. I think this is a positive.